Hello and welcome, my beautiful souls. My name is Lisa Chambliss. I am your host, and this is Beyond 50, Lisa's Perspective. So, I want to get right into it. I had to write a script because I will gear off and start rambling on. So, here you go. Again, welcome. This is Beyond 50, Lisa's Perspective, and I'm your host, Lisa. And today we're going to have an honest, heartfelt conversation about gratitude, growth, and healing. As the year comes to a close, I'll share what I'm most grateful for in 2020, the lessons I've learned from both highs and lows, and what I'm manifesting as we step into 2025. This is a space for reflection, vulnerability, and most of all, empowerment. So grab a warm drink, get cozy, and let's dive in. This year, 2024, has been a whirlwind of emotions. It brought moments of triumph, deep heartache, and life changing realizations. Let's start with the highs. I was blessed to receive a job at the beginning of 2024. Yes, of January. And the promotion this year was a milestone that filled me with the pride and gratitude. Amen. And I'm grateful for it every day. To a point, I really enjoy what I do. Believe it or not, I really do. For anyone who thinks it's too late to achieve new heights in their career, let this be your reminder. It's never too late to grow and thrive. Before I received this position, I was looking outside for a while, and I had refused to let no for an answer. But I feel like God had something bigger. And sometimes while you doing the most, God is like, "Girl, get your behind it, get it together, sit still. I got you." And I think somewhere right before I was asked offered the job. I was offered it in December, I believe, and January is when I started. And somewhere like late October, somewhere in November, I had stopped looking. And I said, well, let me figure out another plan. Let me just focus on my business. Let me just, you know, crank out my stuff, because I got to have a plan. I cannot do this another year. Let me just say that. Um, and not saying that I'm not grateful for the prior position I had, because it kept me, you know, comfortable. But I was getting uncomfortable because I wanted to do more. I wanted to learn more. Um, One thing I know about me, I need something fresh all the time. I'm always uncomfortable. I'm comfortable in being uncomfortable. And what I mean by that is that I just want to be able to learn as I go along. There's there's things that is always open doors to be better than where you are. You know, comfortable is boring to me. So that's why I juggle a few hats, and I enjoy it because it keeps me busy and it keeps me on the go all the time. But along with those highs come devastating lows. I lost two people who meant the world to me, my Aunt Darlene and my best friend Sharon. Both was a sudden, um, unexpected death. Um, Unfortunately, there's no answers. All I can say is God's timing is not our timing. Um, but I cherish everything that I had with them. I'm grateful to have them in my life. Learn, grow, and I have years of memories with them. I won't get into much of it because it does. It's very, heartfelt right now. It's still fresh because they both uh, were like a couple of months apart, not something like a year later. My best friend passed 2 months shy of her sister, her older sister's death. We were still grieving that. um, and she left. Her older sister left in late June, early July of last year. My best friend Sharon left May of this year. My aunt left, passed on in August of this year. So, yeah, these things was just coming back to back to back. Um, and it's sort of one of those things where you just like, I just want to breathe a little bit. Just give me that, just that little bit of space so I can breathe. So, yeah, um, the last two were pretty hard. The understanding of Sharon's older sister passing, we knew she was sick. But my aunt Darlene wasn't sick, as far as I knew from what the family had told me. And my best friend wasn't majorly sick. We knew she had, some illnesses, but nothing where it wasn't controllable. Let's say that. So I never got a deep answer to, what her diagnosis was, what caused her death mostly. So, um, but I'm at peace at the fact that she's not here, she's not sad, she's not going through any pain. And that's with the both of them, my Aunt Darling and Sharon. So I'm grateful and I'm blessed to have those individuals that were in my life are still in my heart for always. So we're going to move on before I start crying and I do an ugly cry. I think my ugly cry is worse than Oprah's ugly cry. I don't know, but I'm not trying to find out. My aunt was someone who has been a pillar of strength in my life. Then the heartbreaking loss of my best friend since elementary school. Grieving two such monumental losses this year taught me the importance of cherishing every single moment, every connection, which is so important. So every single moment and every connection, you want to cherish it. It's not easy to navigate through these losses, and some days felt impossible, but they also reminded me of the resilience we carry within all of us. Starting over this year has been one of the hardest and most transformative things I've faced. When life changes so drastically, it can feel like the world is judging you, especially when others seem content and settled. Their opinions can weigh very heavily on you. But here's where and what I've learned: people judge from their own perspective, not yours. And their contentment has nothing to do with your journey. So don't listen to them because they will give unsolicited advice and they're not correct on what it is you're going through. Don't let somebody tell you, I know you better than you know yourself. No, the hell you don't. Because just because I have not told you what you want to hear doesn't mean you know who I am. I didn't tell you what you want to hear because it's not true. Because whatever you're thinking, that's not who I am. I hope that makes sense. So, yeah, their journey has nothing to do with yours. Remember that. One of the hardest parts of 2024 has been dealing with the lack of communication with my adult son. That's a whole story, but I'm gonna just keep on reading my script because eventually we will get into an episode where we will be talking more in depth about adult children and parenting relationships. It's heartbreaking when someone you love deeply shows disgrace for who you are. And maybe they're not the right choice of words, but right now that's the words I'm using. Not being able to see my only granddaughter because of the strain between us has been a pain I can't even put into words. Therapy has been a lifeline for me. It's given me the tools to process these emotions and focus on what I can control. If you're listening and you've experienced something similar, know that you're not alone. And you're more than welcome. And I open the door and you're invited to leave your comments below into this video, because then we have a conversation. We can swap stories. We can go back and forth and let us know, what was your best way of handling it. I can share you what I've encountered and how I handled it. One of the biggest lessons I've embraced this year is learning when to pivot and choose myself. We can't always change our circumstances, but we can decide on how we respond. I've had to set major boundaries to protect my peace. Blocking toxic people is no problem, and I literally block you. I even have a tutorial on how to block an individual, because I tell people in a heartbeat, if you have a problem with me, all you have to do is block me. We don't have to go back and forth. We don't have to do that. Blocking toxic people, refusing to engage. I won't engage. I hear you, but I tune you right on out. I listen to Audible. So when you start seeing me put my earbuds in, that means you pissed me off. Refusing to engage with bad energy. Excuse me. Lord, just belching along. But I'm not going to cut that out because this is real life in real time. Choosing solitude. But did I say excuse me? I'm sorry. I'm belching all into the mic and did not say excuse me. Again, rambling on. Choosing solitude over chaos has been liberating. Yes, and I'm going to say this again. Choosing solitude over chaos has been liberating. And it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. It's not easy. It's really not. There were moments when I second guessed my decisions and myself. But staying true to my well-being has been worth it. I've also learned the difference between being alone and being lonely. Alone can be empowering. It's just a chance to rediscover yourself. And that I do every day. And I really, honestly, I'm my best friend. I really like me. I really do. I really do. To create a life filled with the things and people who truly matter. And while there's also always room for growth. Always. I'm proud of the person I am becoming. I have faced the journey head on with all its twists and turns. And I'm standing strong because of it. Now we step into 2025. I'm manifesting continually peace, joy, and health, and much, much big success. I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to deepening the connections that uplift me, continuing the creative passion for and exploring new opportunities that align with my purpose. And most importantly, I'm holding space for gratitude, even for the challenges, because they've shaped me into who I am today. So, we're getting ready to come to a close soon. And so, what I'm going to do, I want to hear from you. I want to know what you are most grateful for. I want you to tell me 2024, what really was important to you in 2024, what gratefulness means to you. What are you looking forward to in 2025? Share your thoughts and leave me a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, please, by all means, bring them in, bring them in, bring them in. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, because that will let you know that there's a new episode that has been uploaded. Yes. So, as we come to a close, let's make this a community where we support each other and inspire one another. As we close out today's episode, I want to leave you with a quote that's been a little bit of a guiding light this year. You don't have to control everything. You just have to let go and trust the process. Wherever you are on your journey, trust that you're exactly where you need and supposed to be. So, until next time, keep shining, keep creating, keep choosing yourself. This is Lisa, and you've been listening and watching Beyond 50, Lisa's Perspective. Here's a living, here's to living boldly and beautifully, one day at a time. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.